Hello everybody and welcome back to Games, Life, and Horror. This is episode 9. Next episode will be the last story of season 1. This story is related to the finale. Episode 10 will be the last story we cover, but episode 11 will be the finale. It will be me telling you the rankings of the 10 stories in episode 11 that we covered and who won the Life and Horror Award. Today we are covering someone that is related to the next story. Like very related, not like brother and sister, but like the stories are related and the characters are related. You'll probably find out once I tell you the title, everybody, and you probably read the title already. It's Ticci Toby, the Time Bomb himself. Enjoy. Ticci grew up with many mental disorders in his childhood. He had schizophrenia, PTSD, CIPA, and of course, Tourette's syndrome, making him tick, 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 and twitch. The Tourette's got him the nickname Ticci Toby. He was bullied so much for it that he had to go into homeschooling. He had a mom, a dad, and his older sister Linda. His mom and sister were nice to him, but his father abused drugs and alcohol, making him very abusive to the family, especially Toby. When Toby was 17 years old, he was involved in a horrible car accident, which killed his sister Linda. Without Linda, Toby had very little to no protection from his father. His father got even angrier and more abusive to Toby. Toby started to lose his appetite for food ever since that day. He even somehow became less social than before. Toby also began to get amnesia and started to lose memories ever since the accident. When Toby returned from the hospital, he saw a tall, slender man across the street facing him. This slender man started to stalk Toby for weeks on, starting to give Toby hallucinations. It got so bad that his mom took him to a psychiatrist to help him cope with what was happening, but of course it didn't work. Toby had a dream about his sister's corpse, and another dream where the slender man attacked him. He started getting voices in his head to finally just kill his abusive father, just controlling his mind. They were just saying to kill him, kill him, kill him. Toby couldn't take it anymore. He finally attempted what the voices told him to do. They got into a big fight, but Toby got the upper hand after struggling and stabbed his father, which killed him right in front of his mom. To distract everybody from the killing, he set the whole neighborhood on fire to distract everybody. But Toby was surrounded in flames. He was about to get into his inevitable death. The Slender Man appears out of nowhere though, and he saves Toby. 2 weeks later, his own mother heard on the news that a bunch of teenagers were being murdered left and right, with Toby as the main subject, as his hatchet was found in one of them. This shows that Toby gave in and gave his life and soul to the Slender Man, and became his own proxy. Just by reading the story, you could probably tell who next episode is going to be about. If you don't, well, I don't want to somehow ruin what somewhat of the surprise is for you. Ticci Toby is an interesting story. It's not great, it's not bad, but it's alright. The Ticci Toby character is a great character to me. The fact that he has all these issues in life that just go away in less than a minute and just turns into a completely different person in a matter of days. He went from an antisocial disabled kid to a serial killer who uses his tics to scare people. It's actually very creepy to me. But even worse, he doesn't even control his own mind. The Slender Man does. And now it's time for... Now it's time for the question. Is Ticci Toby real? Alright, I'm gonna go quick. No, more no, way, no, and no. Everything about this story is fake. There's no hooded killer with steampunk goggles who kills kids for the Slender Man. Oh, wait a minute. Alright, everybody, now it's time for the ratings for the Ticci Toby story. For creepiness, I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10, as even though it's pretty creepy, it's more sad than creepy, to be honest. I don't get very creeped out from the story. It's not that scary as a lot of people say. When I first read it, I was a little disappointed because a lot of people were telling me that it was terrifying and that it gave them nightmares, but when I actually read it, it was okay. It was kind of creepy, you know. I lost like 5 minutes of sleep from it, but it wasn't the scariest. I'm not gonna go downstairs scared of Toby. It's not the scariest story, but it's still pretty creepy, so it's still gonna get a 6 out of 10. And then for originality, this story is technically using a lot of Slenderman, which doesn't belong to this author in this story, which I feel is a bit unoriginal since so many people use Slenderman in their stories and stuff like Jeff the Killer fan stories and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to give this a 5 out of 10 as Slenderman was very overused in this story to me. You can disagree with me because he's still somewhat important to the plot, but he wasn't really that interesting to the story until the end of it. And that's why I gave him a 5 out of 10. Now for believability, I wouldn't believe this one, as of course there was Slenderman. Second, there's no way he could burn down his own neighborhood and not get caught from it. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I'm being kind of generous though, which gives Toby a 17 out of 30, which is above average, but it could definitely do better if it just used Slenderman a bit less, as he was used pretty commonly through this story. Like, even though he's an important character to this, I don't feel like he needed to be used as much as he was. So he gets a 17 out of 30. That's still a good score, as it's not something that iOS Jack got, because iOS Jack did better, although it was better than Laughing Jack, Jeff the Killer, and Sonic.exe, which technically makes it the fourth worst story, but then again, we've only covered 9 stories, so it's kind of hard to be one of the best and also be one of the worst. It's not that hard. That's gonna end off this video though. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, share this with your friends, like this video for episode 10, and I'll see you all later.